Aquarius, something extraordinary is brewing in the cosmic realm. And if you're between the ages of 50 and 70, the year 2025 may be the most pivotal chapter in your financial journey yet. You've spent decades building, giving, learning, enduring. You've stood your ground through storms and carried others through theirs. But now, for the first time in a long time, the universe is turning its gaze toward you, and what it brings is not just a whisper of hope, but a roaring wave of prosperity. If you've ever felt that your time would come, that someday the puzzle pieces would fall into place, then keep watching. This video isn't just an astrology forecast. It's a cosmic revelation specifically for mature Aquarians who are finally ready to receive what they've long earned. Because what's coming isn't mere luck. It's not a lottery ticket or a lucky break. What's coming is your season of divine return. And if you act with wisdom and confidence, it could redefine the rest of your life. So, are you ready to uncover why 2025 might be your financial awakening? Let's dive into the stars. Chapter 1. Why Age Matters. The Power of Aquarius at 50 plus. There's something uniquely powerful about Aquarians entering their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. While most people view aging as a period of decline, you, Aquarius, understand that time doesn't age the mind or spirit. In fact, for many water bearers, wisdom only truly begins to bloom after the age of 50. Why? Because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of revolution, innovation, and higher consciousness. That means your soul matures like a fine wine. You are meant to ripen with age. The older you get, the more clearly you see the big picture. You stop chasing meaningless validation and start pursuing what truly fulfills your spirit. Between 50 and 70, Aquarians often experience a kind of spiritual renaissance, a deep recalibration of priorities. And in 2025, that awakening won't just be emotional or mental, it will have serious financial consequences. Chapter 2. 2025, a year of planetary alignment that favors Aquarius. Let's talk astrology. In 2025, several major transits will converge to create a rare window of opportunity for Aquarians. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, will be forming supportive aspect Aquarius placements during key parts of the year. Jupiter doesn't just bring luck, it expands what it touches. So if you've been investing in a business, a property, or even yourself, this expansion energy could boost your return in tangible ways. Uranus, your ruling planet, continues its transit through Taurus. Taurus governs finance, possessions, and material stability. This means your natural flair for innovation will now find fertile soil in the realm of money. Unusual investments, crypto, property, intellectual property royalties, these could all bloom. Saturn, the taskmaster, supports long-term financial decisions. If you've been cautious, now you'll be rewarded. If you've learned from past mistakes, now you'll be empowered. This planetary cocktail is more than promising, it's a setup for potential transformation. Chapter 3. From Invisible to Invincible. The rise of the mature Aquarius. Let's be honest. Society often undervalues people over 50, especially in the fast-paced, digital-driven economy. But Aquarius doesn't follow society's rules. You break them. In 2025, mature Aquarians are poised to lead in unexpected sectors. You might launch a new business based on decades of wisdom, consult in industries you helped shape, monetize hobbies you once considered just for fun. Start investing with a precision others envy. You've got the edge. While others scramble to figure out what's next, you already know what works and what doesn't. You've lived it. Now it's time to cash in on that lived experience. Chapter 4. Surprise sources of wealth in 2025, where you'd least expect it. Aquarius, if there's one thing the universe loves to do, it's surprise you. And in 2025, the surprises aren't small. They're the kind that can reroute your entire financial reality. Not through windfalls or lottery tickets, but through quiet opportunities that suddenly roar to life. Doors you thought were closed, seeds you planted long ago. Skills you didn't even realize were valuable. These are the hidden treasure chests you're standing on. And now, the planets are handing you the map. Here are 5 unexpected income streams you absolutely must keep your eye on in 2025. One or more could be the key to your financial rebirth. 1. Real estate and land. The sleeping giant. You know that property you inherited, or the one you've been debating whether to sell? Maybe it's that piece of land in a quiet part of the country, or that second home that's been collecting dust. In 2025, real estate isn't just real, it's relevant again. With Uranus activating Taurus, the sign of the earth, wealth, and value, there's a strong push toward tangible assets. But here's the twist. It won't just be the fancy cities or flashy markets that heat up. It will be the underestimated zones, rural land, small towns with growing infrastructure, or even eco-conscious communities that are attracting digital nomads and retirees alike. If you're sitting on land, think bigger than just a sale. Could it be rented, developed, used for events? Parked as a future gold mine? A property you've mentally written off might become your most valuable asset. 2. Royalties, pensions, and settlements. The ghosts that pay you back. You've worked hard, you've created, you've contributed, and sometimes the system takes a while to catch up. In 2025, it finally does. You may receive back pay from a miscalculated pension, a recalculated Social Security payment, or even a long-forgotten legal settlement. If you've ever filed a claim, created something original, or joined a company with stock options, you could suddenly be handed what's rightfully yours. Did you once write music, author a book, create a piece of art or software? Even modest creative works can generate unexpected royalties, especially now that platforms like Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube are resurrecting content and tracking usage more efficiently. Some Aquarians may even discover their owed intellectual property payments they never knew about. So don't ignore those official-looking envelopes. Open them, investigate them. Something you assumed was over might be ready to reward you, finally. 3. Intergenerational business ventures. Wisdom meets energy. Get ready for this. A younger person is watching you. They've seen what you know. They admire your calm under pressure, your bold ideas, your deep experience. And in 2025, they may reach out with an offer you didn't see coming. Let's build something together. This could be a tech-savvy 30-something with a startup idea who needs your insight. A former student who's now running their own company and wants you as an advisor. Or even a family member who's ready to invest in your dream. Don't underestimate the magic of intergenerational collaboration. While they bring hustle and digital know-how, you bring wisdom, leadership, and credibility. And investors know that, customers trust that, the market respects that. Some of the most successful brands right now are born from this blend of youthful drive and seasoned strategy. So if someone younger invites you in, don't brush it off. That little project might be the venture that funds your retirement, your travel dreams, or even your legacy. Number 4. Digital monetization. Your knowledge is the product. You've spent decades becoming an expert at something. And whether you realize it or not, there's an audience out there eager to learn from you. In 2025, information is currency. And platforms like YouTube, Etsy, Substack, Patreon, Skillshare, and Udemy are giving everyday people, especially experienced, mature voices, the ability to monetize their wisdom in ways that weren't possible 10 years ago. What can you do? Record short videos teaching what you know. Start a newsletter on Substack where you share life stories, business tips, or spiritual insights. Sell handmade goods or vintage items on Etsy. Host webinars or digital classes on cooking, wellness, finances, parenting, or healing. Even if you only make a few $100s a month to start, it can grow. And more importantly, it fulfills something deep in your Aquarian soul. The joy of sharing, teaching, and uplifting others. Remember, people don't want perfection. They want real. And that's exactly what you've become. 5. Crypto, gold, and alternative assets. The new frontier? But be wise. You may be thinking, I'm too old for crypto. But hear me out, because this isn't about jumping on hype trains. It's about understanding where the world is headed. With Uranus, the rebel planet of tech and disruption, moving through Taurus, value itself is being redefined. That means traditional currencies, banking systems, and investments are undergoing radical shifts. Does that mean you should throw your savings into Bitcoin tomorrow? Absolutely not. But it does mean you should get educated. Because in 2025, knowledge about digital assets, tokenized property, fractional investing, gold reserves, even AI-driven portfolios will become more mainstream. And having even a small position in these areas can future-proof your wealth. Look for stablecoins backed by real currency, fractional real estate investments using blockchain, diversified portfolios that combine stocks with gold, crypto, and green assets. The rule? Don't gamble, but don't ignore the trends either. Get curious, learn the language, and when your gut says yes, move with purpose. Bonus tip: your network is your net worth. While these income streams are powerful, they all grow faster when you share what you're doing. 2025 is not the year to go it alone. Talk about your ideas, mention your projects, reach out to old friends, update your LinkedIn or Facebook bio. You'd be amazed who's watching and who might offer support, partnership, or investment. Sometimes the person who opens the biggest door is the one you almost didn't message. The bottom line? Wealth is already circulating. Are you open to catching it? Aquarius, money isn't just earned anymore. In 2025, money is flowing through platforms, ideas, innovations, and energies. Your job isn't to chase it. Your job is to be ready, aligned, and informed, so that when opportunity shows up, you recognize it and say, yes, I'm ready. You've done the hard part. You've lived, you've learned, you've paid your dues. Now the universe is paying you. Chapter 5. The inner work that magnetizes wealth. Healing your way to abundance. Let's get real, Aquarius. 2025 isn't just about chasing money. It's about allowing it to find you. And for that to happen, something deeper has to shift. Not in your bank account, but in your belief system. You see, the cosmos can open doors, deliver miracles, and drop golden chances in your lap. But if your heart is still carrying shame, scarcity, or self-doubt, you'll walk right past those doors without even realizing they were for you. Wealth begins in the soul, and it grows in the places where you've done your healing. So let's talk about the real work, the inner recalibration that makes outer abundance possible. You've already paid the price. Stop expecting struggle. By the time most Aquarians reach their 50s or beyond, you've walked through fires others couldn't imagine. A job loss that stole your confidence, a divorce that cracked your sense of safety, a health scare that changed your entire perspective, a spiritual crisis that left you questioning everything. You've adapted, reinvented, rebuilt yourself more than once. You've learned to survive with less. You've figured out how to stretch a dollar, how to stay calm when bills pile up, how to find joy even when your savings account looked bleak. And that grit, that resilience, it's pure gold. But now, the energy is shifting. In 2025, the universe isn't testing you anymore. It's trusting you. It's saying, you've proven yourself, you've done the work, now let us give back to you. But here's the catch. You have to stop expecting life to be hard. You have to stop assuming you'll always be just getting by. You have to stop believing you have to earn every drop of joy through pain. Because those beliefs, they're not survival tools anymore. They're anchors, and it's time to cut the rope. The real block to wealth, your own story about it. We've all absorbed messages about money from our past. Money doesn't grow on trees. People like us don't get rich. You have to work yourself to the bone to deserve anything. Spiritual people shouldn't care about money. These are not facts. They are scripts. Scripts that were handed to you by parents, teachers, society, even religious institutions. But here's the truth. Money isn't evil. Scarcity is, because scarcity keeps you small. Scarcity keeps you silent. Scarcity keeps you from building the legacy you were born to leave. Aquarius, your soul wasn't designed for limitation. You were born to innovate, to create, to uplift humanity. And that mission requires resources. Money in the hands of a healed, wise Aquarian becomes a force for good. So let's rewrite the story. Start here. 3 inner practices to call wealth into your life. You don't need to be perfect to attract abundance, but you do need to be open. Here are 3 practices to realign your energy and unlock the flow of wealth in 2025. 1. Journal your money beliefs. Unearth the hidden roots. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Grab a pen and write without editing. What did I learn about money growing up? Do I believe I can be wealthy and spiritual? What do I feel I have to sacrifice to receive more? What would change if I had more than I needed? You'll be shocked at what rises to the surface. These old beliefs live in your subconscious, and they're shaping every decision you make. But the moment you put them on paper, you take back your power. 2. Meditate on self-worth. Reclaim your inheritance. Sit in silence. Breathe deep and repeat this mantra. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of comfort. I am worthy of abundance that comes with ease. Feel those words drop into your heart. Let them soothe the old stories. Let them wrap around the younger you. the one who was told they had to earn love through performance or pain. Every day, even just 5 minutes of meditating on your divine worth shifts your frequency. Because abundance doesn't come to those who hustle the hardest. It comes to those who are aligned with receiving. 3. Say yes to wealth, out loud every day. Speak it, declare it, own it. Say, I allow wealth into my life. I am open to receiving more than I need. Money is a tool I use to create freedom, joy, and legacy. Say it in the mirror. Say it while driving. Say it while washing dishes. The point is to train your nervous system to recognize abundance as safe. Because too many of us have grown comfortable with struggle. But in 2025, your nervous system needs to get comfortable with thriving. 2025, the year your energy becomes the currency. You are not here to hustle 80 hours a week. You are not here to suffer through one more lesson. You are not here to barely scrape by in your golden years. You are here to shine, to teach, to inspire, to receive. And in 2025, the universe is no longer whispering that truth. It's shouting it. But here's the final secret. Wealth doesn't come to the person who wants it the most. It comes to the person who is most ready for it. Not just mentally, but energetically, emotionally, spiritually. And that readiness starts inside you with one simple shift. I am no longer the person who expects lack. I am now the person who receives more than enough. Let that become your new baseline. Let that become your prayer. Let that become your compass. Because when you believe in your worthiness, really, truly believe it, the entire universe pays you accordingly. Chapter 6, How to Prepare Now, Before the Energy Peaks. Right now you're standing in a powerful threshold. It's not just another season. It's not just another year halfway gone. This is a cosmic runway, and the plane of your purpose is preparing for takeoff. The shifts you've been sensing in your body, your dreams, your intuition, they're real, and they're intensifying. In astrology, energy doesn't just arrive all at once, it builds. And as we move deeper into the transformational tides of 2025, those who begin aligning now will ride the wave with grace, rather than scramble to catch it later. This is the warm-up before the breakthrough. This is where your readiness becomes your advantage. So how do you prepare? What can you actually do today to open the gates to wealth, vitality, and divine alignment? Here's where to start. 1. Audit your finances. Clear the path for prosperity. Don't wait for tax season. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it because abundance requires order. Think of your money as energy. It needs clarity to flow. What's flowing in? What's flowing out? Where are the leaks, the dead subscriptions, the old habits that no longer serve? Is your money aligned with what matters most? This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. When you take charge of your money, you're not just balancing a checkbook. You're declaring to the universe, I am a conscious steward of abundance. I'm ready to hold more. And trust this, the universe listens. 2. Revisit what you shelved, old dreams, new timing. Somewhere in your past, you planted a seed. Maybe it was a dream to open a small shop. Maybe it was a passion for writing that faded when life got loud. Maybe you had a brilliant idea in 2010, and then the market crashed, or a family crisis pulled you away. Guess what? That idea might be right on time, now. 2025 isn't asking you to invent a new path from scratch. It's asking you to remember the one your soul already started. Pull out the journals. Dust off that folder on your computer. Ask your younger self, what did we love? What did we almost build? Chances are, something in there is ready to rise. Stronger, wiser, clearer. Timing is everything. And this time, the universe is saying yes. 3. Reconnect with people. Your network is your goldmine. If you've spent the last few years pulling inward, healing, processing, surviving, you're not alone. But now, it's time to look outward again. The people you once worked with, collaborated with, created with, they may still carry keys to your next opportunity. Send the email, make the call, reach out. This isn't about networking in the old stiff sense. This is about reviving connection. A conversation with a mentor could spark clarity. A reconnection with a colleague could become a collaboration. A former client may become a referral source or partner. The magic of 2025 lies not just in what you know, but who you know, and how you show up with them. And don't be afraid to collaborate across generations. Younger entrepreneurs need your wisdom just as much as you can benefit from their digital fluency. 4. Tend to your body. Vitality is a wealth multiplier. You can't manifest abundance from a depleted vessel. Your energy is your currency, and the way you care for your physical body directly impacts your spiritual magnetism. This doesn't mean becoming a fitness fanatic overnight. It means making loving, sustainable changes that support the version of you who's ready to receive more. Add movement into your day: stretching, walking, dancing. Choose one meal a day that truly nourishes. Hydrate like your future depends on it, because it does. Prioritize sleep, not just as rest, but as restoration. As your body strengthens, so does your clarity, confidence, and capacity. Abundance doesn't just want to visit, it wants to stay, and your body is its home. 5. Anchor a routine. Daily habits create long-term momentum. Big breakthroughs come from small, consistent actions. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Build a structure that holds you while you evolve. Create a sacred rhythm to your day, even if it's simple. 5 minutes of morning journaling to align your intentions. A card pull or prayer to ground your energy. A weekly review of your budget, not with fear, but with love. A financial affirmation: I allow wealth into my life. I am safe receiving more. These practices don't just help you stay on track, they recalibrate your vibration. And when your frequency matches your desires, opportunities find you faster. You're not running out of time, you're stepping into divine timing. It's easy to believe the best years are behind you, but that belief? It's not truth. It's programming. What if the real gold was always meant to come now, at this exact stage of life? What if everything before was preparation, and this is activation? You're not behind, you're not late, you are arriving, right now. And the more you ground, align, and prepare, the more 2025 will feel less like a struggle, and more like a sacred reward. So start now. Take the steps, clean the energy, strengthen the vessel. The door is open, the light is green, and you, dear Aquarius, are ready. Chapter 7: Warning Signs. What can block this energy? Let's get real. Even with the most generous cosmic alignments, even with all the green lights from the universe, you can still miss the turnoff if you're not paying attention. Astrology doesn't guarantee results. It opens portals, but you have to walk through them. And sometimes, without realizing it, we carry old energy that blocks the very blessings we're praying for. In 2025, you're being offered one of the most transformational windows in over a decade. But this window isn't automatic. It requires presence. It requires courage. It requires letting go of what no longer fits. So, what can block your blessings, even with the stars on your side? Let's talk about it. 1. Fear of change. The comfort zone is a cage. You've been through enough to know. Change isn't always gentle. It's ripped jobs out from under you. It's ended marriages you thought would last forever. It's forced you to adapt, rebuild, start again. So of course, when something new knocks, fear answers the door first. But here's the truth. Comfort is not the same as safety. Sometimes it's the most dangerous place of all, because it keeps you small. If you want different results, you need different actions. And different actions require new beliefs. The universe wants to give you more, but you can't receive new abundance while clinging to outdated versions of yourself. So ask, where am I resisting change? What am I still holding on to because it feels familiar, even if it's draining me? Am I more committed to my past than to my potential? Remember, fear is not a stop sign. It's just a signal that you're stepping into a bigger version of yourself. 2. Cynicism or skepticism. Don't let the wounds win. You've seen the scams. You've watched people promise transformation and deliver disappointment. You've tried and it didn't work. You believed and got let down. So now your guard is up, and that's understandable. But be careful, because cynicism can become its own prison. Doubt protects you, but it can also isolate you from real blessings. It's okay to question, but don't close the door before the miracle can even knock. What if this time is different? What if your soul contract includes a second wind? What if the timing finally aligns, and all that's needed is your willingness to believe again? Watch for the inner voice that says, "That's too good to be true." People like me don't get those kinds of breaks. It's too late for me. That voice isn't truth, it's trauma talking. Replace it with this: I choose to trust that something beautiful is on its way, and this time, I am ready. 3. In action. Dreams need your hands. Astrology is not magic. It's guidance, it's the map, but you still have to take the steps. One of the most common blocks in times of high cosmic support is waiting too long. Waiting for a sign, waiting for the right moment, waiting until you feel confident. But here's the secret. Clarity comes from action, not the other way around. Even a baby step forward creates momentum. Make the call, write the first page, research the idea, apply for the grant, open the account. Don't worry if you don't know the entire plan, just take the next inspired action. The universe meets you halfway. But you have to show up. Inaction sends a message that you're not serious, and the universe listens to your energy, not your wishes. 4. Old narratives. Update your internal programming. One of the most powerful forms of sabotage is your story, the story you repeat about who you are, what you're worth, and what's possible. If you're still carrying beliefs like, I'm too old to start over, my best years are behind me, money is hard to come by, if I succeed, others will resent me, then no astrology in the world can override that energy. Your outer world is shaped by your inner dialogue, and 2025 is asking you to rewrite the script. Speak it differently. I am more aligned, experienced, and powerful than ever. I'm not starting over, I'm starting from wisdom. My energy is magnetic to money, miracles, and aligned opportunities. I give myself permission to receive with ease. Say it daily, say it until it feels real, because it will become real. 5. Forgetting that this window is rare and time-sensitive. There's something very specific about this current alignment. It's a once-in-a-decade energetic opportunity. Think of it as planting a tree. The soil is the most fertile right now. Wait too long, and the season passes. The seeds you plant in the coming weeks and months won't just grow, they'll multiply. But if you delay, hesitate, or stay stuck in old loops, you risk missing the richness of this cycle. Time isn't running out, but it is moving forward. This is your invitation to meet the moment with presence, power, and intention. Final thought. Your future is watching 1 year from now, 5 years from now. There's a version of you looking back at this exact moment. They're either saying, thank God I moved, or why didn't I take that leap when everything was pointing to yes? Let the version of you who already has the wealth, freedom, and peace guide your decisions now. Trust their voice, take their advice, because the window is here, the current is flowing, the gates are open. Don't let fear, doubt, or hesitation be the locks. Chapter 8. Real Stories, Real Aquarians. What's possible? To bring this alive, let me tell you about a few Aquarians who found their financial stride later in life. Gloria, 63, started a handmade jewelry line on Etsy during lockdown. By 2024, she was shipping to 12 countries. Daryl, 58, returned to teaching online courses on science and earned more in 1 year than he did in 5 previously. Maria, 69, turned her memoir into a best-selling ebook and is now consulting for a film adaptation. These aren't anomalies, they're examples of what happens when wisdom meets opportunity. Chapter 9. 2025 forecast month by month. Sometimes understanding the year ahead is like reading the tides. Each wave carries a different energy. Some whisper, some roar. 2025 isn't one long crescendo. It's a rhythmic dance between intuition and action, harvest and healing. Here's your season-by-season energetic map, Aquarius. Each quarter is a distinct chapter, and if you align with its tone, the whole year will move with you, not against you. Let's explore it. 1. April, June, the breakthrough window. Keywords: momentum, boldness, launch and expansion. Now the energy ignites. This is your green light season. Aquarius, this is where your inner vision starts to demand external expression. Expect a breakthrough conversation or opportunity, the chance to pitch, invest, apply, or step into leadership. Support from younger collaborators or bold thinkers who believe in you. This is not the time to play it safe. 2025 rewards bravery, especially for Aquarians who dare to step out of old roles and into new authority. If you've been holding back your voice, your message, or your art, this is the season to release it. This is your launchpad moment. Don't wait for perfect. Launch when you're ready enough. A yes spoken now echoes for years. 2. July, September. The grounding of success. Keywords: results, structure, long-term planning. By mid-year, the energy settles into stability. Now you start to see proof of your earlier efforts. Money begins to flow in more predictably. Contracts or partnerships may formalize. You'll make decisions about where to focus your energy long-term. This is the time to build systems. What can be automated? What needs protecting? your time, your assets, your energy. If you've been used to living day by day, this quarter asks you to think bigger. You are no longer surviving, you're strategizing. Begin to visualize a life that sustains you without burnout. This could also be a time of clarity in relationships. Who's truly aligned with your new path? Who isn't? Don't be afraid to choose peace over obligation. October, December. Expansion of purpose and legacy. Keywords: wisdom, mentorship, retirement vision, soul giving. As the year winds down, you're not slowing, you're evolving. You may feel called to teach, mentor, or pass on your skills to the next generation. Reevaluate what retirement really means. Hint: it's not the end, it's the elevation. Begin planning your legacy, not just financially, but spiritually. This quarter carries deep spiritual fulfillment. You may be asked to speak, write, create, or contribute in ways that surprise even you. The world needs the wisdom you've earned. If April-June was about launching, October-December is about lifting others while rising even higher. You may also revisit giving. How do you want to give back? Through volunteering, financial support, mentorship, or creative contribution. The universe will bring you opportunities to make an impact on your terms. Final note: every month is a message. Here's the magic. Each season of 2025 is teaching you something vital. Winter whispers, listen. Spring shouts, leap. Summer says, ground. Fall sings, give. When you flow with the rhythm, you don't burn out, you bloom. And if you ever feel lost, just return to your Aquarian superpower: vision. Hold your inner North Star. Keep your eyes on the horizon, because this year is not just about wealth. It's about becoming the wealth, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and purposefully. Chapter 10, Aquarius, your financial archetype. You are not here to follow the money. You are here to redefine what money means. You are the visionary investor. In the great zodiac wheel of wealth, each sign represents a different financial archetype. Taurus builds, Scorpio controls, Capricorn climbs. But you, Aquarius, you disrupt, you reimagine. You don't just invest in what is, you invest in what could be. You are what we call the visionary investor. Not because you chase every new idea, but because you see what others don't, before the world catches on. You've always walked a different financial path. While others seek security, you seek meaning. While others look backward for proven models, you look forward for what's possible. While others fear the unknown, you fund it. You don't follow market trends, you intuit them. You don't ride fads, you birth them. Your wealth is not built by imitation, it's built by innovation. Your archetype in 2025, fully activated. This year is not business as usual for you. 2025 activates your financial identity in a rare and powerful way. With Uranus, your modern ruler, in Taurus, the sign of money, and Pluto transiting Aquarius, your ancient ruler, the cosmos is handing you the blueprint for a new kind of prosperity. What does this mean? Quantum leaps instead of linear growth, digital revenue streams instead of traditional 9-to-5s, purpose-driven projects instead of soul-draining stability. You may invest in emerging technologies like AI or blockchain, creative ventures like ethical startups, spiritual coaching, or community platforms. Yourself, your brand, your voice, your legacy. This is not the year to play safe, it's the year to play ahead. Your best investments in 2025 may look strange to others. That's okay. You're not here to be understood, you're here to be remembered. The shadow side of the visionary. Of course, every archetype carries a shadow, and for the visionary investor, the danger is detachment. You may get so caught up in the future that you neglect the present, chase potential while ignoring what's truly sustainable. Withdraw emotionally from money, treating it like an abstract concept instead of a tool for real-world impact. The antidote? Stay embodied. Stay connected to how money makes you feel. Does this investment inspire you? Does this idea align with your values? Will this bring more liberation or more distraction? Vision without grounding is fantasy. But vision with grounding is power. Affirmations for the visionary investor. Repeat these throughout 2025 to stay aligned with your archetype. I trust my intuition to guide my investments. I am not behind, I am ahead. I create wealth through ideas, not imitation. The future I believe in is the one I fund. Let these be your North Star as you navigate a year that was built for you. Final insight: your wealth is a wave. You are the frequency, Aquarius. The world is catching up to your frequency. For decades, you've sensed that money isn't just about accumulation, it's about evolution. And now, the structures are shifting. The digital world is expanding. The old ways of earning and investing are crumbling. You were born for this moment. 2025 is not a year to blend in. It's a year to broadcast your truth, through business, through invention, through impact. So trust the wave, ride it with courage. And remember, you are not just building wealth, you are leading a financial revolution. If you're an Aquarius between 50 and 70, 2025 is not just another calendar year. It's a portal, a profound opportunity to claim the wealth, purpose, and freedom that's been waiting for you. But the door won't open on its own. You must knock. You must step through. You must believe. The universe has done its part. Now it's your move. Let this be the year you rise. Let this be the chapter where everything changes. Let this be the moment you say, "Yes, I'm ready." If you found this message empowering, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow Aquarians, and drop a comment below telling us, what financial dream are you ready to make real in 2025? And don't forget to subscribe, because we're just getting started with unlocking the cosmic blueprint of your destiny. See you in the next video, and remember, your future isn't written in stone, it's written in stars.